Hi everyone, welcome back to another craft with me today. I am working on the Wizard of Oz journal. I've been putting papers and stuff in there to figure out how I want my signatures to be, and I'm thinking that even with all the stuff I have, I still might be able to use the book the way I have it intact and just do a hidden spine, but we'll kind of see how it goes as we go. Right now, I have my Young Living order that I just got from outside. So I want to order that real quick. I'm going to kind of turn away from the microphone a little bit so all of my opening of my package isn't right there in the microphone. I am running my dishwasher, so hopefully that is not, pardon my arm, hopefully that is not too loud in the background, but my place really isn't that big, so even though I'm in the living room all the way over by the window, my dishwasher really isn't that far away, so it is what it is. You know, I'm trying to get some chores done and get some crafting done too, so I do what I can. But it is Tuesday, about 2:30 in the afternoon here in Michigan. We're having a pretty good day today. It's nice and sunny, but it's not too hot out. Last time I was out, it was, I think, the high 70s. I got to get my running done early today because my son had to be back to work early again at 6:45, but he got done at 11, so we got all that taken care of early. Honestly, I can't even remember what I ordered. It's kind of cool with Young Living because they have this program. It's called Essential Rewards, where you have to order at least $50 worth a month, and you get a percentage of that back that you can get product with. So you end up getting stuff for free. So I got my son this soap. It works really. He has like eczema and psoriasis, so this soap is really good for helping support good skin health. So I get him that, and this is something I'm getting to try this month. You know, as you get older, and if you have high blood pressure and stuff, one thing you have to worry about is your kidney function. And so this is a supplement that's supposed to help support your kidney and bladder and stuff. So I figured I'd get some of that just to kind of help, you know, support my system and prevent any issues that might come up. And then I only got one essential oil this time. I always like to keep RC in the house. I put that in the diffuser every night. It helps support respiratory, and having a daughter with asthma and allergies, I like to keep that on hand and in the diffuser to help support her system. So that's all I got this time. I like to get a lot more, but it can be costly. So while I'm on my spending budget, well, I'm always on a spending budget, but in the summer it's much tighter. I have to get just the bare minimum to stay in the program. So anyway, I just thought I would share that with you guys since it was on the porch and I wanted to get it open before I got started. And some people might be interested in that. Some might not. If not, you can fast forward past that part. No problem. So I have my camera set up, I think, the way I want it. I have to kind of work around, like right now this hand is going around the part of my tripod that is clamped on my table. I'm not sure how that's going to work. We shall see. And I think right now I need to bring my camera back a little bit. There we go. Hopefully that light is all right. I have the blind open, but then I also put the light on over to the left. So hopefully it'll keep it bright enough. Okay, so this signature, I think, is all set. I'll show you guys what I have in there. So this is the graphic 45 paper, and then I just put a ledger sheet that I got from somebody that's been dyed. And I like to have different size papers in here just to make it more interesting. And I've included the pages from the one book, and then I've got the map page. And here's the bag that I decorated. I haven't done the inside of it yet. And then here's another page from that book. And I just cut those pictures down to fit. This is some really cool textured paper that I got from Tammy, who's My World in OKC. This, I don't know if it'll show up on there, but it's like a light green piece of paper. And then I've got some of the coffee dyed paper. And I'm going to be adding stuff in here. Don't forget to embellish it. One of the cool things about putting the sign language papers in here is that, you know, keep in mind the girl that I'm making this for also works as an intervener. So sign language is a part of our communication with our students. So it just kind of fits, you know, in with what we do. Not that I wouldn't use it in someone else's journal too. It's just kind of extra cool to have it in hers. So I put a music sheet in here that's coffee dyed, another piece of coffee dyed paper, and then another picture page from the other book. And so this will be the center of that signature. And so then you've got, of course, just the back side of all those papers. So I think that's a nice balance. You guys can let me know in the comments below what you think, if you think that's a nice balance of papers. Again, this is only my second journal. The first one that I did was a little golden book, and I still need to put something there. It was a little golden book journal that I did for a gal from church. She had asked me to make one for her daughter-in-law for a shower. So that was my first one, and this is my second one. The only other journals I've made are just the mini gypsy journals, and I've made, I think, at this point, 3 of those. Okay, so that's the first signature. And of course, there's much more decorating, and I'll probably put like some lace on a few of the page edgings and different things, but you'll see that process. I'm still like only about, I don't even know if I would say I'm halfway through this yet. But here's the other signature, what I have started. I love that page. And then this is another one of those bags, and there'll be things to go inside as well. I did do the inside of these. I put down that poppy, excuse me, that poppy napkin, and then I just put some images and stickers down. Here's another of those book pages. This is like a vintage workbook page in Spanish. Another page from the book. And then the center of this one is a page from the book that I'm actually using for the cover. Now this one is not done yet. I have to add more. There's not as many pages in here yet as there is the other one. I had just started to work on this before I had to go pick up my son. And then here's the other side of that bag, and I cut the end so that I can use both sides for pockets. And then I took some of that coffee dyed paper and I inked around it. I put more of that green netting over top, and then this is like a collage image. So I thought that was kind of cool to put on there. And then that's the other side of that lion picture. So that's what I have so far in that signature. So I need to add a few more pages in there. So we'll do that. Like I need to put something here in between the pictures to break those up. And I don't have any coffee dye paper in there yet. So I'll grab some of that. I'll put 2 of them there. I'll put that right there. Okay. And then I think I want to break it up between these 2 as well. But I don't think I want coffee dyed on top of coffee dyed. I'm sorry, I'm not sure if I have this where you guys can see the whole thing. I'll move it over a little bit. There we go. Okay. Let's see. I think I'll, just to change it up a little bit, I'll put one of the blue ones in here. I'm not really trying to make the book mostly green. It kind of seems like it's heading that way just because of it being the Wizard of Oz. I think there's a lot of green in it. But I'm going to put that blue in there because it's with that book page, and I think that looks pretty with that. Okay, and then we've got this coffee dyed, and I think we'll put another colored page here. And I'm just reaching back here in my folder and grabbing it. This one's kind of like between a green and a yellow. So we'll fold that very well. So I kind of got some good news today. I say kind of because while it would be nice to stay on summer break, financially it's a good thing because I'm going back to work next week. I didn't get a call. It actually came through on my phone that there was some sub requests put in for next week. And it's actually for all 3 days. During the summer program runs Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday from 7:30 to 2:30 roughly. So it's kind of nice that even though, they do work through the summer, they have shortened weeks. So it's a 4-day weekend. So that's nice. But I'll be working all 3 days next week in the same classroom, and it's with 3 other ladies that I really like a lot. They're a great group to work with, work really well together as a team. So it's a good room to be in. So it'll be nice to, after having 2 weeks off, it'll be nice to know that, when they go back, I'm already working 3 days. And as far as I know, I can still work on the intervener training on the days that I don't need to work. So let me see how many pages I have here. I think I want to get the same amount of pages in each one. So let's see, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm not counting this as a page. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, I've got 12 pages in that one. So, of course, it's 24 when you count the other side. Okay, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I need 2 more pages. And let's see how many. I want to see how many of the book pages I have in here. I've got 1, 2, 3. Okay, I've got 3 in there. And I've got 1, 2, 3 in here. Okay, so I've got 3 of the big book pages each. So I probably just need some more coffee dyed, maybe. Yeah. Oh, I don't have a music page in here, do I? Let's see. That one I tore off from. I kind of wanted to find, I might still wait and do that. I think what I'm going to do is I want to find Somewhere Over the Rainbow and put that in here. And I'll probably print that on either colored or coffee dyed paper. So I need to make myself a note. I bet I don't have any post-it notes right here either, because when do we ever have post-it notes right where we need them? Never. But I think I got some scratch paper here. And I'll just make myself a little note to print print somewhere over the rainbow on dyed paper. Okay, I'll put that in there so I don't forget that it goes in there. And then, let's see. Oh, you know what? I should get another piece of this textured paper and put in here. I don't think I have that upstairs, though. I think I brought one piece up. Let me see. Going under the table. What I have under here. I might have some of that Braille paper up here. That would be kind of cool in there, wouldn't it? Where is that? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Knocking stuff down. But I got this cool Braille paper that I got from Tammy, who's My World in OKC. You want to get some interesting paper. She has this in her Etsy store, which her Etsy store is also My World in OKC. She gets this from a place that, I don't know if it's a blind school or what it is, but they're magazines that they get in Braille. And when they're done with them, they just recycle them or throw them out or whatever. So Tammy gets these from from someone that she knows there. So that's cool. So again, considering the fact that we work with the deaf and hearing impaired population, it's kind of neat to have the Braille paper in there, I think. I think she'll get a kick out of that. Especially since she really doesn't, she doesn't really know a lot about the junk journal world. So this is kind of like a introduction per se for her. So I think she'll get a kick out of the different elements that go into a journal, especially the ones that relate to our field of work. Okay. Now, let's see. How am I gonna? I wonder if I probably didn't tear that just right. All right, let's try that again. Because I want it, when I tear it, to be, I need it longer is what I'm trying to say. Or not longer, wider. I need it to be wider. She had to fold it to mail it, and that fold is kind of, it's folded in the wrong place for me is the problem. Hopefully it'll kind of be all right. It'll be in the, well, not all of it will be in the binding, but one part will. Okay, I think that's better. I think I want to use my paper cutter for this, or paper trimmer, because I don't want to have wonky edges. I'll have to trim it down on the length too, or the height. I don't know, this part might be kind of boring for you guys today, just, you know, figuring out the paper and stuff, but hopefully you're crafting along with me and you're not just sitting there watching me do this, because, you know, I think that might be kind of boring. But hopefully we're hanging out and crafting together. Okay, and then I'm just going to kind of eyeball and see how tall I need it to be. And just put a little mark on there, and then I can trim that off. I may do some inking or something to this, like with my ink sprays, before I sew it in, just because it's awfully white. and it's going to really stand out, I think, amongst the other pages that are not. Let's see, where do I want to put that? I think, oops, sorry, I might have had it where you guys could see. I think I'll put it in between these two pages. There we go. And then I still didn't cut it quite right, did I? I'm not really worried about things that stick out too far because I can always add some lace or something, some sort of trim to the edge of that, but I don't want, I'm just trimming it off right here. I don't want it to stick out past the longest piece that's already in there. Okay. All right, if I need to fix any of those edges, I can do that before I get it sewn in. I'm trying to kind of get them. I can't figure out how I'm going to decorate them if I don't know exactly what pages, you know, are going to be in there. Okay, so now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then when I add the music page, I think I'll put that right there. Once I add the music page, then I will have the same number in each signature. And then, see, this is what I have for the space where I'm gonna put these into a binding, and then I will put the binding in there. I'm gonna do the hidden binding. But see, I think if you look, you can see that it still fits in that original binding. See that? And even when I add, you know, it doesn't matter to me if it's a little bit like that. It'll still work. And I'll just put something on it to bind it. And I did get my pages shorter than the book itself because this is a little bit longer. But I don't really care about that either. Because also, like I said, I am going to add lace and stuff to the edges. But even then, it'll still be shorter. But that's okay. Maybe I'll put a pen in there or something in that little area. I mean, that's always something that you could do too. We'll see when it gets to the end what I'm going to do with it. But anyway, that's what I've got so far. So it's starting to look more like a journal. And I'm not going to put the embellishments in until I get it sewn in. But that's all we're going to do with that for today. I just wanted to get that part done. Let's bring our embellishments over here. I don't think I've made anything else that you guys haven't seen. I did do an envelope, and that was when I did my Let's Monkey Around series. I made some envelopes. This is how my booklet ended up, and I'll show this in the Let's Monkey Around video that I do for the next one. But I hadn't finished it on camera because I needed it to dry. But I did add some bling here and down here, so that's the cover. And then this is how my pocket ended up. I did sew around the whole thing too. I said that I was gonna sew on it, and I did. I sewed across here to help hold that in. I put one of these little flying monkey cards in here, and I covered it with on the back with some of that tea or coffee dyed receipt paper so it can be journaled on. I did like a little collage on the cover here. I just added some fabric and some music paper and some, I think that other is just some dyed paper. And then I put this witch stamp on top of there that I actually fussy cut all that out took a little while. I sat on the couch one night and did all that, cutting in all those grooves. That was not easy. But and then this is the envelope that I made that I also sewed on there. Inside the envelope, I put this image, and I put some cardstock or something on the back of it just to make it stiffer, and then put some more of that receipt paper on the back of that to make a journaling card. So that goes in there. And then I just sewed in the lined coffee dyed paper that Judy had done for me. So that's how it came out. So if you want to see how to make this, check out my Let's Monkey Around series #1, and it shows how to make these. And I learned how to make these from Danny, who is Junk Journals and More here on YouTube. So that's all that I have made without you guys. So you are all up to speed. So what do we want to do next for this journal? What do I need that I don't have? I know I had something in mind that I was going to make today, and it has completely escaped me now that we have gone through all of that. What was I going to do? Well, we are at almost 30 minutes, so why don't we go ahead and say goodbye on this one. I will regroup and figure out what else we need to make for this journal, and I will come back with another Craft With Me video. Thanks, you guys. Bye-bye.